Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and by the end of it, you should be able to graph linear functions and find their point of intersection. So we'll start off with two easy lines. I'm going to graph x equals minus 3 and y equals 2. It's pretty obvious what their intersection point will be. But these are special cases, so anything that's x equals a number is going to be a perfectly vertical line, and anything that's y equals a number is going to be perfectly horizontal. So just so you know, anything that's x equals a number is not a function. Anything that's y equals a number is a function. So let's first graph x equals minus 3. So it's going to go through here, minus 3x, and it's going to be perfectly vertical. And for y equals 2, it's going to go through y equals 2, the intercept, and it's going to be perfectly horizontal. So it's going to go like that. So it's pretty clear that their point of intersection here is minus 3, 2. That's their point of intersection. I know that was really easy, but it was just really important that I went through vertical and horizontal lines. Now we're going to look at some other examples. So now we're going to find the point of intersection of these two lines by graphing both of them. So let's look at this first line here. So if it's in the form something times x plus something times y equals something, what you want to do is use the xy intercept method. So to use the xy intercept method, as the name suggests, you find the x-intercept and you find the y-intercept. So then all you need to do is plot them and join them up. So to find the x-intercept, all you do is let y equal 0. So we take our equation x minus 2y equals 4, and I'm just going to change y to 0. So this will be x minus 2 times 0. But of course 2 times 0 is just 0. So I'm just going to be left with x equals 4. So there I have the x-intercept is 4. So I can just go along to the x-axis and plot x equals 4. So now I'm going to find the y-intercept by letting x equal 0. So when x equals 0, I take my equation and I just substitute x for 0. So if x equals 0, I'm left with minus 2y equals 4. So y is going to be minus 2. The y-intercept here is minus 2, which is down there. So when I've got these two intercepts, all I need to do is draw a line through them. So I've now joined them up with a line. There needs to be arrows on the end of each line to indicate it goes forever in each direction, and I need to write the equation there as well. So when we're finding the point of intersection graphically, as we are here, it's very important that you're accurate in your graph. All right, let's look at this one here now, y equals 2x minus 5. So this is not in the form ax plus by equals c. It's in the form y equals mx plus b, and this should all be a revision. Hopefully you remember, when it's y equals something, the number in front of x is the gradient, and then this number by itself is the y-intercept. So what we're using here is the gradient intercept method. So to find the gradient intercept method, we first identify the y-intercept, and it is minus 5. So I'm just going to go down here to minus 5 and plot the y-intercept. So then what I do is I use the gradient to find a second point. So the gradient of this is the number in front of x, it's 2. The gradient is 2 over 1. And remember, the gradient is the rise over the run. So this number on the bottom tells you how far you go to the right. You always go to the right. And this number here tells you how far you go up or down. If it's positive, you go up, and if it's negative, you go down. So we've already got one point that lies on the line, which is the intercept. So the second point, I'm going to go 1 to the right here, and then I'm going to go up 2. So this is the second point that lies on the line. So the idea behind the xy-intercept method and the gradient intercept method is essentially the same. We're just finding 2 points that lie on the line, because if you have 2 points, there's one and only one line that will go through them. So now that I've got these 2 points, so remember I plotted the y-intercept, I went 1 to the right and 2 up because that was a gradient. Now I'm just going to join up these points. So now I've plotted this line in black, once again arrows on both ends, and the equation is written, and I can see the point of intersection here very clearly. The point of intersection of these 2 lines here is 2 minus 1. That is the point that lies on both of these lines. So make sure you know how to graph vertical and horizontal lines, as well as using the XY intercept method and the gradient intercept method. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.